Today we are going to be comparing the Dyson Supersonic $500 blow dryer with Amazon's $50 Dyson dupe to see if we can save a buck,
like a lot of bucks,
and get the same end result. If that sounds good to you, then keep on watching. Guess who I have here with me today? I have Glamaquin, my super glamorous mannequin. She never tips ever. And she wants a blow dry today. She wants a blow dry, and we're gonna do half her head with the Dyson and half her head with the dupe. Does that sound good, Glammy? Is that what you want?
I could never want anything else but that.
But before we do that, let's nerd out. Nerd out with me, please. And let's go through the list of features. So the Dyson Supersonic is $499.99, which is $500 Canadian, or $399.99, which is $400 American. The Amazon dupe is $49.99 Canadian. I paid $50 for it. Or if we convert, it's $37.86 American. It might be a little bit different because Amazon has some price variance, but that's, you know, the general idea. Basically, you can tell that this one is substantially a bajillion dollars more than this one. Now let's look at the settings. So with the Dyson here, you can see that we have a cool setting. We have heat level 1, level 2, and level 3. And we have speed level 1, 2, or 3, and we have the cool shot button. All of this is at the back of the blow dryer. Now with the Amazon one, it's placed in a different area. The first one over here at the front is a cooler button. So it's just an airflow, and it's really fast airflow. The second is a lower speed but warm air, and the third is warm air and fast speed. And there's also a cool shot button in the back, which cools off the air no matter where you are in the settings at the front. So as you can see between these two, they're actually made quite differently. Everything is controlled through the back of the Dyson, and pretty much everything's controlled through the front of the Amazon, with the exception of the cool shot button at the back. However, I do really like that we have speed differences here. We have some heat differences, not as many heat differences as on the Dyson, but both have that really handy cool shot button at the back. So overall, both of them, you kind of have everything that you need. So let's talk about noise. This is actually very important for a hairdresser. I have been using my Dyson for a while, and I've noticed that it is much quieter than an average blow dryer. And the reason for that is because there is a silicone mount in here. The motor is down here, and the silicone mount prevents the motor from vibrating on the inside of the dryer and creating a really loud sound. So it has a bit of a higher humming sound that isn't very loud. The reason that I love this is because when I'm working with clients and I'm blow drying their hair, I don't feel like I'm yelling over the blow dryer, or that we're like having to like really speak through the blow dryer. My clients really like to talk to me when I'm blow drying their hair, and sometimes with my other blow dryers, I'd almost have to we'd have to stop talking during that time. So this one really kind of prevents that problem, and I really, really like that. So with the Amazon one on the package, it specifically says it's ergonomically balanced with a quiet performance. So we are gonna put these on right now, and we're gonna compare the noise. So we'll do the highest setting. And now let's try the Amazon dupe. Okay, there's no denying it, the Dyson one is quieter. The Dyson one has a higher humming, but it does sound like a more controlled hum, whereas this one sounds like a typical blow dryer, which it is, because the motor is on the top of this one, the motor on the original Dyson is on the bottom, the motor in the dupe is on top, just like every other blow dryer. That might not be a big deal for you if you are a consumer and you just want to blow dry your own hair at home, but that does make a big difference for me. Let's talk about the weight now, because weight again makes a big difference when you're blow drying your own hair or when you're blow drying clients' hair. So I always loved that my Dyson felt really light, but after doing a bit of research, I don't actually think it's lighter than a typical blow dryer. Actually, when I hold both of these, they feel like they are about the same weight. So this one doesn't win substantially in terms of a lightness, but this is where the difference is. So the motor again on the Dyson is on the handle. Because it's on the handle, it's bottom heavy, not top heavy. So when you are maneuvering around the hair and you are blow drying, it actually really feels a lot lighter. It's like a car. A car is like bottom heavy, right? It's not top heavy. So ergonomically, it feels significantly lighter no matter how you are moving the iron. That makes a big difference. Whereas the dupe, the motor again is on the top, which means it's top heavy. So when you are doing this, you can feel more of the weight on your arms as opposed to if the weight was on the bottom. This is really smart what Dyson did. And this again accounts for why Dyson products are a lot more expensive. They kind of take a typical product that you don't really think there's a problem with, like a vacuum cleaner or a fan or a blow dryer, and they just make it less annoying. They take away all the inconveniences of the product. In terms of attachment, both have the same types of attachments. So there is a wide airflow attachment, a narrow airflow attachment, and a diffuser. However, the Dyson is a magnetic attachment and the Amazon is one where you just twist it in. I've had my Dyson for more than 5 years. I use it every single day, so it has some wear and tear. But if you actually look individually at the attachments, you look at the product, you can tell that the Dyson really is a better made product, especially if you take a look inside the attachments. You can see that the Amazon dupe just looks a little bit like cheaply made. You know, it's a little rough around the edges, whereas the Dyson, you can tell definitely that it's a premium product. The last thing that I want to talk about is temperature control. In my opinion, the best feature that the Dyson has that the Amazon dupe doesn't have is intelligent heat control. Basically what that means is there's a gauge inside the Dyson that repeatedly measures how hot the airflow is coming out. So depending on the heat setting that you're on, this gauge is measuring to keep it at the proper heat setting that you set it to. And if it gets too hot, it will bring that temperature down. If it can't bring the temperature down, for example, if the filter gets clogged and it starts to get really hot and it can't bring the temperature down because the airflow isn't working properly because it's clogged, the whole thing will shut down. So you're basically unable to burn someone's hair or your own hair with this device because of that intelligent heat control. Whereas with this one, it doesn't do that. It's not measuring the heat. It's not, you know, making sure that it stays really stable. If it doesn't stay stable, it shuts down. All of that stuff really, again, makes the Dyson, you know, a next level kind of prestige product. So enough chit chat. Let's grab Glamaquin. Let's give her a wash. And we're gonna blow dry her half and half, and then we're gonna compare the results. Okay, let's do that. I find that the Dyson side really made no difference compared to the dupe. They are both soft, they both have, you know, smoothed out the cuticle, given volume. The one thing that I did notice, when you look at her hair, you wouldn't be able to tell which one did which, but what I did notice when I was blow drying as a hairdresser is that the Dyson one got significantly hotter, which surprised me because with the temperature control, I really thought that it would actually stay cooler. It didn't get so hot where I was worried about the hair burning, but it got significantly hotter than the Amazon one, which basically meant that the Amazon was slower. It was slower to blow dry. I found it required a bit more work for sure. Dyson was quick, it was efficient, it got the hair really, really smooth, it heated up really fast. This one took a little bit of extra work. Regardless of that though, this is a good blow dryer. If you are looking for something new, you don't want to break the bank, you know, I would say it's better than a drugstore like Conair or something super, super cheap. It does definitely work, but is it similar or the same as the Dyson? It's not. The features are actually so different. Motor placement, distribution of weight, overall quality of products, the heat, where the nozzles are placed, everything is pretty much different. So is it an effective dupe? I would say no. You can definitely 100% tell that it's fake, but does it do its job? I mean, let's ask Glamaquin.
I really feel fabulous. I like both of them so much.
It's so nice when you have such a positive client in your chair. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in this video, then you may really like this one next. I'll see you in a few days. Bye.